Right.
Good
There we are.
morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
And it's early.
Woo, woo, woo. It's a party here. I know. See?
Happy
There
Cyber
we go.
Monday.
That's it. Happy Cyber Monday. Indeed, it is. It's early morning around here.
Tim, can you
It's early
believe all
morning
these
there.
people that are joining us live this early in the morning? And I see people from Utah, so it's as early there as it is for you. We must have something
That's
big
right.
today.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. How are you, Heidi? Look, you have
How are
sunshine
you?
out there.
What
You have
is
sunshine out
the
your
tie?
window. Nothing,
Dapper,
I'm telling you.
dapper.
I know. It looks a little dapper, but really it's nothing but the finest on this Cyber Monday.
We get into
Spectacular.
the spirit of the holiday today.
That's what it
I
is.
can see people coming in.
That's right.
Even Joanne is coming in. Can you see Tim on your screen who's
Good morning.
joining
I do.
us?
Good morning,
who's coming
everyone.
in?
Oh, there's people. Good afternoon in Germany, Louisiana. That's right, Mel. I am dapper. Yeah. So is this guy. Here, you got to get in because it's like split screen.
Good morning.
So there you go. There he is. See? Dressed in
Wow,
our holiday
you look
best, the two
great.
of us. That's how it works.
It's
That's how it
chilly
works.
here. It's
Even the
cold.
cat.
It's not really cold. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, we have to be in our holiday best. So, yeah, it's
Cyber
fun.
Monday.
Huh?
We've got to have something exciting for everybody, including our clothes, the
That's right.
backgrounds. People are
They
joining,
love
and
it.
we've been teasing all over social media that we have a Tim Holtz surprise. Simon Says
Right.
Tim Holtz surprise. We've even hashtagged it. We've got a big announcement this morning. And I'm going to go right into it, gentlemen, if it's okay. Do we have people read? Are we good for
morning.
quality?
Oh my gosh, there's people
800 in
everywhere.
Hey,
UK,
it's nice to see
Australia,
everybody. My goodness, thank
Wisconsin.
you.
Boom, boom, boom. Morning, Stacy. Hey, Mary. Hey, Ann. Look, there's so many people,
Hey,
Heidi.
Christina
Look
and
at
Zoe.
this. This
I
is-
was so
Good morning,
worried
Zoe.
people wouldn't get up early.
Boom. Gosh. It's
It's fast moving.
nobody wants to miss this party. That's what it is. Like, this is what it's about, Heidi. Like, if you're going to throw a party, we're coming. That's what it
I'm
is.
so,
Simon Says
I
Stamp
wouldn't
is
want to have
throwing
a
a
party
party.
with
We are
anybody
there.
else.
We are going to be there. That's what it is.
Thank
Whew.
you, Tim.
All
Thank
right.
you, Mario. You guys got up at the crack of dawn in Arizona. What time did you set your alarms today?
4. I got up at 4.
Yeah, 4:15 for me. So, yeah,
Nice.
that's right.
Good job. I didn't think I was going to sleep last night, but I did get a couple of hours. I was just so excited
Yeah.
to tell everybody what
Same
we've been
here.
working on.
Like,
So
too excited
in the
to sleep.
summer, we started
nice.
working on a
Yeah,
special
it's a good show.
project for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun.
If you followed Simon Says Stamp for any period of time, or if you're new, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. We had the pleasure this summer of working with Tim to come up with something special for you for December. So during December here at Simon Says Stamp, yes, we trademarked the term December. We do
course.
all kinds of things dye related. We showcase machines, we talk about shims, we talk about innovative dyes, how to put them together. We share ideas, education, inspiration. We celebrate brands. Sometimes we do a sale. And sometimes we do something exclusive only for Simon Says Stamp customers with the best in the world, Tim Holtz. So this summer, Tim started designing something very special for December, and we
Yeah.
couldn't wait for December 1st. We thought, Cyber Monday, I'll give it to Tim. It was his idea for Cyber Monday to bring it on early. Why
it.
wait? We need excitement on Cyber Monday. You
I
guys
think
all
that's what it
looking
was,
for
right?
something.
We were both so excited, and that's when you said, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. And I'm like, why do we have to wait? So, kudos to you.
Well, Tim, should we keep them waiting, or should we show them what you've designed? Want to do like 3,
Let
2,
us
1?
show them. Are you ready?
3, 2, 1.
This little beauty right here, guys. I'm telling you right now, it's just, this is it. This is the December. And the cool thing, this is, here, let me just hold that up. Look, December exclusive. That's it. This is a great, but this is, what makes this exclusive even better is what, Heidi? What makes it even better?
It's a gift.
It's free.
So it is a gift
free.
from
It is free.
you and from me. People come to
I mean-
Simon Says Stamp, no coupon code required. We do ask for a minimum purchase of $25 of Tim Holtz products. How
That's
appropriate.
like a trip here.
Stock up on whatever you're going to get
Simple.
anyway, and it's a free gift. best. No coupon
It is.
code needed.
No,
So
no,
Tim, is now
that's
a
the
good
best.
time for you to show people up
Sure,
close
absolutely.
a little
Yes,
more
let me
about
head
the
over.
die
I'll just,
set?
yeah, I'll talk about it. Here we go. Let's share what it is. So here's the cool thing. The truth of the matter is when we started talking about December, when Heidi approached and said, "Hey, I want to do something for December. You want to design something?" Honestly, it was like everything was connecting perfectly. And the reason is this was a die set, this one right here, that I designed back in 2017. And this was designed for the original village, right? And we know this year that with Sizzix, there has been a great kind of revamp of the village, from the paper village to the village collection. And this die was always sized and scaled for the original village, those bigger houses. And so when this new collection came out, and especially around the holidays, I'm like, oh my gosh, I really wish we would have had Santa and the reindeer and all that. But you know what? I didn't do it in the vault. I didn't bring it back in the line. And when Heidi said, "Hey, let's design a die," I said, "I've got an idea. Can we just run with it?" And so I shared the idea with her, and she's like, "You go for it." And the fact that it's not just one die, it's three different dies that Heidi is giving away, that's just the coolest thing. So this December, just to be really clear, this is only available through Simon Says Stamp, and it is a free gift. It is not part of the line. It will not be part of the line. It will not come back as a vault collection next year or anything else. It is a one and done, one time only for December. Heidi named it Dash Away All. I thought it was so good because she's like, it's just so magical. It's just Santa and the reindeer. And what I wanted to do is just kind of share the thought process behind it, right? So if you have the first one, it's just important to kind of see, well, first of all, it's just free. So why would you want to do that? But really, this is the size of the original one that was in the line in 2017. You can see it's 5¼ inches across from basically the end of the sleigh to the tip of the reindeer. When we revamped it, because I wanted it scaled specifically for the village, and I'll share that, not only did we shrink it, but if you kind of look right here at these last two reindeer, this one's kind of really taken off on his own. Maybe it's Rudolph, he's taken off, but I wanted to connect it because I felt that it just gave it a little bit more interaction. So not only did we just scale it down, but I changed the design to make it, I think, more unique and cuter. So this is of course the village collection that came out this year. So you can see the size of the house. The difference in these dies, just so you'll be able to kind of appreciate it, this was the original. So if you put the original on a house, it kind of worked, but whoa, he's way off into orbit, right? Way too far out there. This is the December exclusive. You can see it is scaled perfectly. It's designed that if Santa's sleigh is sitting right there on the roof, you can even see how we designed it where the reindeer just go right over that chimney if you put that there, right? Which is nice. But if you have the smaller ones, right, these guys, the Paper Village, one or two, also just magical because the size of this December, it just allows us to go over an entire neighborhood or town. And you can put this, again, just the way the legs are, you can add it at any angle that you want. You don't have to have them like really go off into orbit. That's the cool thing about this, is that you have different contact points to actually glue that down, right? So in addition to the Santa and the reindeer, I see the comments, you guys. I'm so excited about this. Heidi, can you believe we actually get to share this? Oh my gosh.
Santa's coming to town, Tim.
It's like,
I love it.
We love it. We love it. So
So
the
cute.
die, in addition to Santa and the reindeer, we wanted it because it's not just about the village. The village is great, but as a card maker, if you're a card maker, you can utilize the components that come in this December, right? So we've got three different dies. We've got Santa and the reindeer. Then we've got a really cool, very skinny crescent moon. And then what I like to call the whoosh, very inspired even by our Stamptember collab, right, Heidi? The Stamptember collab had that whole whoosh and the Santa and the sleigh and the reindeer. So I think we were kind of channeling the magic this year for sure. So if you have some older dies, I want to talk about that. The cool thing about this particular die set, right? It's going to be great over a globe. So if you have any kind of globe die, you can see the scale of this December. It fits perfectly over the mini globe. If you have the original big one, look at that. Perfect. And if you even have the larger one, perfect. So this is great for Christmas around the world because the size of it is just so different. and so much smaller than that big one that just kind of takes over. It's perfect for cards and tags. But these guys, I want to talk about this because when I was designing something that kind of mimicked our September collab, I really wanted to keep in mind how would a paper crafter or card maker work with this. So in addition to the Santa and the reindeer, you have to keep in mind that the position of this is key. It is all by design. You saw how if you put this on the rooftop of the village, then it looks like the reindeer is taking flight. But on a card, you don't have to put this level. You can see how by angling it, you actually get that wonderful little kind of floating swirl, if you will. The stars, at those, they're cutouts. So if you're layering this on a card, you can make a little shakety shake in there. If you want, you could layer it over some type of sparkly cardstock. You can do whatever you want, but I want to talk about these little stars because when we design dies, okay, there's a whole logistic involved in designing dies, and that is all about spec and space. That when you're doing cutouts, you actually have to leave space in between things, so not only will it cut, but things will fall out. This little thing right here, I wanted it so small that I didn't care about spec. I actually wanted to challenge the spec because, well, this is an exclusive and we can do what we want, right, Heidi?
Amen.
We do what we want. So when you cut the stars, if you're cutting it out of something thin, like vellum, you will get a clean cut of the stars, right? And this is just going to be a cutout. If you're working with 80-pound cardstock, you will also get a clean cut, meaning this is going to cut through and you should be able to poke these out and it should be a nice clean cut. But as you start getting into thicker papers, you have creative options. And I call them creative options because that's just what it is. When you cut out something like 118-pound watercolor, this is distressed watercolor cardstock, but anything heavier, you'll notice that when you cut this out, it's going to cut and you're going to think, wait a minute, it didn't cut through. It did cut through, but because the paper is so thick and these are so close together that things don't want to fall out. You might lose a little star or two and you could pop it back in, but the beauty of this is that you can either leave it, and if you're going to leave it as a card, you can just put a piece of washi tape behind it to hold everything in, or you can go in and you can poke those out. So same 118-pound watercolor, these do come out, but you have the option to either leave them in or take them out. And if you take them out, it does take a little picking work with the die pick, right? But it will still cut clean. Even 130-pound heavy stock, same thing.
Oh, wow.
You're going to get that cut. You can poke those out or you can leave those in. So I'll just show you real quick how easy it is to cut because you don't have to have any special anything for these. You can just use your regular die cutting machine, whatever it is you use. I'm even just going to use a Sidekick just to show you. So yeah, you can use a Sidekick, you can use a fold away, you can use a Big Shot, whatever. I'm just going to take this now for Santa and the reindeer because I not only like, I think the look of this, the opacity, but I also like the thickness. For me, I'm just going to work with black alcohol ink cardstock. You do whatever you want. This one's 125 pound, so I like how thick it is, and I love that it's a very nice, almost kind of suede black. But if you're going to have those reindeer go into flight, right, you're probably going to want something that's going to be thicker than just a regular 80 pound. So I'll just take my little mini trimmer. This little demo, early morning demo.
Bright and early.
Good.
Gotta love it.
Gotta love it. Little
Get your
2-inch
sidekick
cut.
out.
While we're demoing, first question, is it available now or December 1st?
I'll talk about that while Tim's getting his dies ready. So
Go
it is
for it.
available now. We did not
Yes.
want to wait for December 1st. We decided to make it a Cyber Monday surprise. And thanks to Tim and Mario for getting out of bed so early and getting us started for the day. But it is available with any $25 Tim Holtz purchase. You do not need a coupon code. We will ship anywhere in the world. And starting right now, this product is available while supplies last, only available at Simon Says Stamp.
You got it. You got it. And look at that. Look at that little mark on there. Look at that. December.
Hey!
So cool. You were able to fit it on there. So I just angled him on the cutting pad for the Sidekick. And again, whatever die cut you're going to work with. But if you're going to cut something out, especially on a Sidekick, and you have anything, you don't have to do twice, but some people just kind of forget that you can always take a die and just to give it that extra second pass. You don't have to. I just like to do that just to ensure a clean cut of this. But then when you cut it, because it has all those little legs and antlers, just take your paper, hold the die, release it that side, hold the die, and release it that side, and then take it out. Otherwise, you're going to get all the legs tangled in there. Now, great silhouette also, but then you can simply take your die pick and you can poke out all these little bits. They pop right out. So this is going to cut perfectly clean. So that was my tip when it came to cutting this out, because you have all these extra pieces, is that sometimes when you cut something out, people will go in and just start blasting and poking through it. But if you ever have a die that has a lot of detail, just hold one side, bend the paper, hold the other side, bend the paper, and your piece should pop out perfect. And then you can just take out all the little bits. It's super, super easy to cut this out and just so clean. I love the idea that by having this design, you really get so much detail and so much magic in that December. Isn't it great? Heidi.
There is something magical about reindeer and Santa. You think about them in the horizon, you think about the kids, think of the news when the Santa is flashing across your screen with the globe in the background and the kids are wondering where Santa Claus is now.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Yeah, it makes you feel like a child, right? Just that whole cool. And the best part, of course, that it is December and it is free. I mean, I'll just probably keep saying that. It's free. It's free. It's free, right? What do you think?
It's a
I want
gift.
to go back and read
free.
I want to go back and read the chat, because I think it's very cool that, you know, as we're the whole idea with
Tim, we're going to
this-
face you and I.
it's just, yeah, it's so cool that, you know, by collaborating, you're always so giving, Heidi. You really are. You're just so giving.
So
and
are
you're
you.
But you're just so into it, where it's like, hey, we should do this and we can do the village. And like, yes, yes. And then, yeah, the fact that you said you're just going to give it away, like, wow.
I'm a crafter. I'm a maker. I got into all of this because I love to do it, and you're the same way. We design things, we come to market with things that we would want as a customer, as a maker, and so this is it. Now, I think Reed's going to switch cameras, Tim. I have a couple of pieces of inspiration that our makers from around the world have created. I just wanted to share with people. Isn't this beautiful?
Oh my gosh, look at that.
So Sherry Carroll sent this in. You can see because of the reflection, it's in glass. But what
So
she
beautiful.
did is she made something that you can hang, or it's a picture frame, so you can also set it on a tabletop. She added ideology stars. She took some other physics dies. Look at that.
I
The
love Sherry's style,
numbers.
right? So see, just using that, like just over that window is just so beautiful with that little touch of greenery, just putting it in a frame. See, that's so beautiful. I know Sherry Carroll is amazing. She?
Thank you, Sherry, for sending this. And
So
then I've got
beautiful.
another piece. You were talking about the whoosh,
The whoosh.
the stars. You put silver glittered cardstock behind your stars. But
Yes.
here, Beth Opal, who, by the way, is moderating in our chat right now.
Love it, Beth.
Thank you, Beth. She made her whoosh with watercolor background. And then
Wow.
every here and there, she added a star sequin to make an extra pop. Now you
So clever.
I love this because I also love the negative positive. You could take those stars, whatever you cut them out in, and use them in a shaker fill, and use them as
Yeah.
little backgrounds too. And then
That's right.
Beth's sister Susan, check this out.
So charming.
Do I
so
have
cute.
the camera right? There we
There you
go.
go.
Look
Oh
at
my
the
gosh.
scene she's created. So she's
So
used a
cute.
village in the background. And then, Reed, do you want to put us on the front camera? Because, Tim, I think you said you even found time to craft and make with this die set. Do you want to showcase what you've made?
Yeah, I think, listen, like you said, as makers, you have to make time to make time. Like, that's what it is. You have to make time to make. And I was really inspired. I mean, we've had a busy month with lives. Obviously, we had a busy weekend, even doing our lives. But as I was prepping, because I always prep, the night before, I'm prepping yesterday for this, and I just I said to Mario, I'm like, I want to make something with this. He's like, yeah, go ahead. So I spent the day through the evening just making some,
Yes, you did.
but it was a
It
lot of
was
fun.
awesome.
I think that, even having dies, what I love about dies especially, and, let's just rewind to Stamptember, right? We love products and tools. And as makers, investing in those things, like investing in stamps during Stamptember, the fact that you have an entire month dedicated to that specific type of craft or tool, it just reinforces us as makers the importance of having those, collecting those, getting different design options and how to use them, right? So we know, as obviously as designers and as retailers, yes, it is important to continue to buy product, because that's what keeps things going, that's what keeps things in business. But I think, what a great testament to Simon Says Stamp is that you always appreciate the importance of the creativity behind it, right? It's not just about sell, sell, sell. It's about, okay, we need to also dedicate to the inspiration. And that's really what you do. And like, as we go into December, you're just reinforcing the power of die cuts, embossing folders, those tools that you can use in your makes, and you can do so many different things with it. And so to be part of that, and not only do that, but to be able to design this exclusive for you, I just wanted to say thank you for that, because it's very humbling that you're like, hey, we want you to do a die, and hey, I'm gonna give it away. So awesome. So yeah, I'll show you what I made, because it was fun.
Thank you,
Let's go over
Tim.
here. Gotta clean this off. Let me just move this out of the way. Okay. So I wanted to take this, as I mentioned, like during the village and throughout this series of lives, I tell the makers, like, be compartmental when it comes to making. So here's the first little one I made. It's got little tiny lights, right?
Oh,
I don't mind having my tiny lights with a little cord, because if you're going to use something in a display, you can hide this. But here's what I did. Okay, I took a little cup. This is a vintage enamelware cup, and I took the little gingerbread. If you watch the village, you saw that we made the little gingerbread, right, with the icing. I
I
know Heidi
love
loved
it.
that. The texture paste icing, the ideology confections, and yes, you can just light it up. So I'll leave the lights on. But what's great is I wanted to put it into something very, very candy, very whimsical. And so I took Dash Away All, just cut that out of watercolor cardstock, and then used rock candy glitter and glittered it. And I just sandwiched it in between a piece of wire. So I cut each thing twice, so then I could just have a piece of wire and sandwich that wire in there. So it just looks nice from all the way around. But in order to create kind of we did some snowballs last Saturday. Look at those bubbles. We love
Oh,
those
yeah.
glittery snowballs. But I wanted it to sit in there. So I just took a bunch of styrofoam balls. You could just get like a bag of them, and just hot glued them into a cup as my foundation. I started with a bigger styrofoam ball to take the space up, and then just used smaller ones, glued those in, just hot glued them in. And then I was able to add all those additional ideology snowballs. Then I just got to stick the confections coming out, made little different height, used my woodland trees. But it's a great way to take some of those elements that you made. Yes, I have snow. I like to put snow in stuff, right? Even though it falls out, you get to put it back in. Um, but I love the idea of taking those pieces. And maybe you've made pieces and people say, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do, right? I don't know what I'm going to make with it. Maybe you're going to make a vignette box. Maybe you're going to make things, but it is important to look around. Maybe it's a coffee mug, right? Maybe it's a coffee mug that you want to gift to someone, and maybe you're going to put this make in a mug and give them a mug, right? Maybe you're going to find something like a little enamelware cup. But I thought this was very, very charming to do this, and I love just cutting that out of white and making it sparkly and sugary and candy. And yeah, who doesn't want to live in a place like this, right?
Oh, for sure. It is
Yeah.
charming, but I love too, Tim, that it's something that we can bring out every year for the season. You can
Yes.
carefully stow it during the summer and bring it out again for the holiday. This is a great decoration.
It is fun, yeah. And remember that with tiny lights, some people get really caught up that they think they need to hide everything. If you're going to set this somewhere, it is nice that you kind of have the ability. Now, sometimes I'll hide it. I'll show you another make where you can, if there's always space to put it in, go for it. But some people get so caught up on, where to put this. But if you're going to set it on the mantle or table, you can still hide it behind something, and it gives you easy access because, of course, you want to be able to change out the batteries. So I definitely went very, sugary sweet, but Not so much on the next one. The next one I went just a little bit more, well, I kind of went my way. And that is a little bit vintage. You know, one of the things that I absolutely love, I got my little duster right there, get that snow out of the way. The new festive tins for Ideology. I love this little plaid tin. They made it. I know you're going to be getting your order any day, right?
Any day,
Not,
hopefully this
yeah,
week.
probably today, tomorrow, who knows? It's going to be soon. I know that they've shipped. So the cool thing about this tin is I wanted a way that not only could I incorporate one of the little paper village, so this is just a little log one that I've made previous, but that lantern. I love the Ideology lanterns that you can light up. This is one that I did the demo on Saturday. And I thought, yeah, the cool thing about, of course, tiny lights, so the tiny lights are in there, you can feed them into whatever you want. So I have them in the lantern, and then I took a few, put them in the house, and then cut off the rest. But the tin, great that you can put stuff in, but I love this lid. I love this plaid finish. This is a piece that Paula had from actual vintage tin that we scanned in and then printed on this tin. But I love just kind of sticking the lid in the back so you can see it. I just tucked a bunch of moss around there. So I worked on a styrofoam block. You can easily buy floral foam or any kind of riser to build it up, and then just stuck everything in. So here, same idea with the wire, just kind of did back to back with the
Really
the
cool.
alcohol and black cardstock. The moon is metallic, a couple little pine cones. I love those plaques. Now, another thing, remember when you have anything that has holes in it, this is just using the mini hardware heads. These are glued on, and this is stuck on the tin with foam tape. So you don't actually have to attach it with brads or any fasteners. Ideology's got you covered that you can hide these. But I love that. Use the little trees, and hey, one of the sticks. We talked about sticks on Saturday, because we do love sticks. Yeah, I think Stacy started the whole stick trend, but just putting that in there to kind of make it look like a little tree. And I love how it's broken off because, again, it just provides a little anchor for this. And you'll see that as a maker when you start using it, that when you're using the dashaway, I love how the reindeer takes flight, but you'll also see that you really give yourself the ability to kind of start small and build up. But how fun is that, right? Like
That
you
is
said, a
really
little
fun.
decoration. So cute. Oh my gosh. So much fun with that die. Yeah, just to
I
use
love
the
your
things that we
your
have.
makes all coming together when you show us in your lives. Is now a good time to do the camera up front?
Yeah, we can switch back.
Absolutely.
Okay. So
I'm back.
For those of you watching us, on we're on Tim Holtz, or we're on Simon Says Stamps YouTube channel, but Tim has been going live making for probably almost 2 years. Most
Yeah.
Saturdays, you just were making this Saturday. You referenced a little bit about the lantern, how you used acrylic paint and enamel this past Saturday
Yep.
to put that together. Thank you, Tim, because you have
Thanks.
given us hours and hours of make time, days, weeks, months. You and Mario, you've chatted with us, you've shown us how to put the pieces together, and then in the end we get this beautiful, these two pieces you just showed us. You told us how to turn those glass bubbles into snowballs and
Right.
make your little mini pine cones and make your Christmas village. So
Yep.
thank you so much for the
Absolutely.
endless
That's-
amount of inspiration that you've given all of
It's
us.
just what it's about. It's what it's about. Makers need to be inspired to make and also encouraged to make, right? We know that we can see inspiration everywhere. We can see stuff, but it's the encouragement to be like, but you need to take that inspiration idea and let it out, right? Give yourself that creative freedom to just play. Even if you don't have time to make 200 Christmas cards, right? You know, maybe it's a tag or maybe it's just one thing, but you know, that is what I love about the industry at large. But I really love just the support that you provide because you encourage that same thing with your challenges and all those things that you really encourage makers to showcase what they do. I think that's the best part of it. You get what you give. You do.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, I'm just going to remind everybody right now that this die set that Tim has designed exclusively for Simon Says Stamp Die December event is
here we go.
available now.
Yes.
While supplies last, all you have to do is order $25 of Tim Holtz product, and we will
Right.
add add this as a free gift to all
Free.
shopping carts while
Free.
supplies last.
Free. I mean, I think what better way to even continue the holiday making season than with a gift? It's been really so cool to not only design product, but to be able to collaborate with you to continue to build on things that they have, right? Because we could have gone a whole nother route. We could have just designed something that was completely out there. But the fact that we really took something, and you and I speaking as makers, we're like, okay, but like, what is it that would just add that little bit of magic to what we're already doing? Not something that would take away from all the things that we've made. And I know that is really it. Yeah, see? It's just that little magic.
This has been so much fun. Thank you.
That's the same smile I saw when we were designing. I showed you the art. I'm like, what do you think of this? And you're like, oh my gosh, I think it's magic. Yeah, it's
Magic.
It's amazing. So
Even the skinny crescent moon. I mean,
Yeah.
you can use that year round. The stars year round.
Yeah.
So this is great.
That's right. The stars and the swoosh. It's great. So thank you, Heidi and Simon, and really everyone that just joined us. It's so much fun just to, it's early here, but that's all right. It's just been fun to kick off Cyber Monday with this surprise. Why did we want to wait until later in the day? Why did we want to wait until next month when, I mean, Heidi, you and I, we're kids. We're 5-year-olds, right? We're like, Christmas morning, I don't want to sleep, right? We were talking about that last night. We're like, when we were talking on the phone, you're like, I don't think I can sleep. I'm like, I'm too excited to sleep. Yeah.
I needed
That's what it
extra
is.
powder for under my eyes because I was not able to sleep. So thank
Yeah,
you
this
so
is
much,
coffee
Tim. And
number 2.
thank you
So.
to all these people that have joined us live. And if you're watching us on a rewatch later, thank you.
Right.
We will have these available for you while supplies last as a free
Right.
gift. So thank you so much. Tim,
Been
have a
fun.
wonderful
It's
day.
been fun. You too. It's been a lot of fun. It's been really good fun. We're ready for the holidays. We're going to just spend the entire day just, I don't know, probably singing Christmas
Happy
carols.
Cyber
and
Monday.
go out. It's been good.
Have
So
a good day.
happy December, and thanks everyone for joining us. It was good fun.
Super
And
fun.
thank you, Heidi, really for all you do for the industry, really offering a free gift like this for the season.
awesome.
That is
That's so
pure
awesome.
magic. So
Back at you.
dash away all. All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
See you.
Thanks.
Bye. Thank you.